So I got my brother, Eko Simpson, and he's going to tell us what happened in this cell. Eko, what happened in here?
All right, Wodemaya, thank you. Learning from history, being an educator myself, I learned that during those days of slavery, there were definitely men, stronger men, who wouldn't want to just go down to the request of their colonizers. So most of these men who resisted, who showed power of energy, those people were sent here. So let's go inside, let me show you a little bit. This place has 3 doors, as they mentioned earlier. So it has 3 doors. Before you could even open the first one to say that you are escaping, there are other 2 that you have to go through. Sources also say that there was no lighting system here. So let me try and put up the lights. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. Like, it's so dark. I think the phone is even giving us some kind of light, but it's extremely dark in here. So, there's no ventilation.
There's no ventilation. So this place was really meant to, punish people. So therefore, if you are put here, you're not expected to have freedom to move around, fresh air to breathe. And that is on your way to, joining your ancestors.
So
willingly.
So basically what happened was that the people that resisted were brought here, but half beaten. So they beat you, like the beating is that you are almost close to death.
And then they drop you here.
And they drop you here.
Yes.
And when they drop you here, there is no food, there is no water, there is no ventilation. So this is more like a condemned cell. You are here to die, but you're gonna die a painful death, a death that is slowly. And I think
this really tells you a lot of story about what Africans have gone through, even those in the diaspora right now. So I also believe that we Africans on the motherland should also learn to understand what they've been through, so that when they come, we know how to deal with them.
And that is why I always say it's so sad to see that some of us living on the continent don't even know this story.
No, a lot. Even I'm from Cape Coast, born in Nigeria, but I'm from Cape Coast. I live here all my life. And I have friends who are very close to me, over 30 years. They will tell you, I've never been to the castle. So if you've not been here, I know education book, fine, but if you step your foot here, you will at least hear and witness exactly what happened to our people.
Why is it that we are not learning from our past? I mean, if we don't know our past, we definitely don't know where we're going. And we end up making the same mistakes that our ancestors did, and we repeat them. This is what I'm saying. Each and every Ghanaian that lives in Ghana, it's about time. Yeah. I want to ask you a question. Have you been here? I mean, on the coast of Ghana, we've got over 80 forts and castles. If you don't know, 80 of them along our coastal stretch. So I'm just asking you, at least if you cannot go to all the 80, just visit one, get to know what happened in the past. Listen, we are here for a few minutes.
And I'm sweating.
We're here for a few minutes and you're sweating. Just to tell you that these slave masters were extremely wicked.
Yeah. They were. Let me give another example. I think 2019 they did something like a replica of what happened to our ancestors. So I was part of it. We were put on a ship, and then we sailed from Cape Coast Castle all the way to Elmina Castle. Chala couldn't stand it, vomiting because of they call it seasick or something. Almost everybody in the ship was vomiting. And right now I was telling someone, so this is us. Even I decided to jump on. What about the people who were in chains and were put there, arranged at like sardines? Charlie, it was something bad for our ancestors to have gone through this.
This is sad, man. Really sad. I am just gonna say that if you're living in the diaspora, especially those of you living in Americas, it's about time to connect back to your roots. It's about time for you to come back home. And I'm just saying that I've been to the Caribbean myself, and I'm telling you, It's about time for us to get to know each other, and that is why when I came back to Africa, an invitation from the Prime Minister of Barbados, I decided to, bring this trip together, put this trip together to enable us to connect with one another, more like reversing the Atlantic. So we're gonna have 250 Africans living in Africa going to the Caribbean for the first time, and we are also gonna come up with the 250 from the Caribbean back to Africa. It's a direct flight. You're not gonna transit anywhere, and this is what I'm telling you. The link are in the description. Please, I would love to see you on that flight. If you're an African living in Africa, do you want to go and see your brothers and sisters living in the diaspora? This trip is for you. And if you're in the Caribbean and you want your feet to touch the soil one more time, this is the best trip for you. The numbers are in the comment section. Call and book. Call and be part of this trip. Man, this is never again. I'm sweating, man. Jeez.